All right, I think we're live here. So, Keenan, you got an idea for something to build with transfer
Yeah, I mean I've been playing more Quest games, and one of them is a like a Guitar Hero but for drums. And seen a few other people make some drum games in Unity, and I was like, we could do that in Transfer Thought, and it shouldn't take too long, and it should be fun, and we could build it live. And I don't know how long it's going to take, but probably pretty quick. So we should just do it.
Okay, I like rhythm games. Um, so very not too much structure to the idea yet. So,
No,
should
I
we just
think
start getting some of this on paper? Is that the idea?
I think yeah, if I was to put some structure on it, like one thing that I would like is with drums, you I don't know, like bass, snare, hi-hat, what cymbals, like that's kind of fun, but I think what would be fun is like to have notes with it so you could play riffs and do like what I really want to play is the White Stripes Seven Nation Army just on big drums. I think that would be fun. So that'd be my goal. So not just drums, but basically a giant piano that you could just hit.
Okay, so more giant piano than drums.
Yeah, the only reason it would be drums is because you're hitting it maybe with a what resembles a drumstick.
Hmm.
Maybe a giant xylophone. Maybe that'd be a better
One of the a few words that starts with X. It's like the go-to in every ABC's book.
yeah, so yeah, we're filling out our live builds and we need an X. Maybe that would be a better way to start this.
Oh yeah, if we made a simulation for every letter,
Yeah.
that's a fun, maybe someday.
Yeah. Well, we'll get the hard ones knocked out of the way this one. Uh,
Yeah, okay.
so I was thinking, yeah, just get some stuff on paper, like I don't know, just some entities that we would need. Are the drumsticks. Uh,
Drumsticks. Okay. We can
drumsticks.
use like some sort of primitive to start, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, I was actually thinking all of these could just be shapes, and that would just be.
Okay, perfect. I mean, so what we do, I make a second pass on this and maybe add some models, but
All
okay,
right,
so we need drumsticks and then we need drums, I guess.
yeah, drums. Um, and then yeah, we probably just throw ourselves in some environment so you're not in the
Yeah, an environment instead of a void.
and I don't know. I think that's it. And then really the required, there's some events that are going to happen, like when the drum hits or when the drumstick hits the drum, should play a sound.
Okay. And I call it the action. You hit a drum with the drumstick, makes a sound.
And then yeah, maybe just one other thing would be the drum should know which sound it's going to play. It should keep that.
Okay, the drum has a sound to it that's kind of going back to the bass, snare, hi-hat. You have different types of drums.
And I don't know, I think that's kind of it, right? It's
Yeah, I mean, maybe just to like just make sure we're on the same page. Like as far as a user story, overall experience sounds like this is a sandbox. We're starting without any sort of objective to this simulation. It's kind of like, hey, here's
oh yeah.
this crazy musical instrument in front of you that maybe couldn't exist in real life, and just have fun playing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the first objective, and then some other things we could play with would be like this would maybe be where it gets a little bit more complicated. Like you could emulate the drums are flying at you, and you're kind of doing that Guitar Hero where you've got to play them at the right time.
Oh,
You could do like those forget what they're called, like the drum pad loops where you've got like two measures and you can fill in notes at each time, and you can record different beats to overlay other beats on top of them.
oh, okay. Yeah, I love that stuff with the layers. And you gets more.
Gets more complicated the more you do. Um, and then like you're saying too, you could probably add, if you keep it a sandbox, you could probably add just unlimited drums and just let the person make their own, like build their own drum kit.
The rhythm game is interesting. So that's like maybe first we'd start with the sandbox and then we can like sit back and look at it and see if it could turn into an objective like you gotta hit the right notes, not just any notes.
Yeah, not just any notes. Um, we could probably some polish. We could probably look at like animations, uh, yeah, particle effects, color changing. Just the environment could probably be fun. Um,
Oh,
but yeah, I think what would be fun for a little bit is just a big xylophone. And and obviously making it.
yeah. So xylophone, you brought up the bass, snare, hi-hat, and then you were saying like xylophone. So are we going to use ooh, maybe we should just get into it, but like where are the sound effects going to come from?
Yeah, we already have a library in there called Tone.js, which you can just pass in. It lets you create like synth noises. So you could pass in like just notes. Yeah. So like yeah, so this is like play play a C, and I think this is like for eighth note, which we'll probably all will do. So just to like bridge that gap. When you hit the drum for right now, it'll probably just run this piece of code that the drum will pass in what note it wants to play, and then just plays that note. And then you can just start hitting a bunch of them.
Hmm. Let me reshare. I don't think I'm sharing audio.
Oh, oh, you were playing. I see.
No, I wasn't even playing it, but I was just realizing if we're gonna make something where sound is so the hero, I better have sound. Okay.
Uh,
So so it kind of like generates sounds just we don't need to curate some like wave files or something like that.
no, yeah, we just run it, and this does a lot more than just the sounds. Like I think it'll let you do that, looping system. It kind of does, and there's a lot of other synth stuff in here that
Oh,
I
you can, you can do like MP3 files and stuff.
uh
That's
well
something.
um I think the one maybe downside of this is it won't be positional, which yeah, maybe if we go back, I think this is gonna get us the fastest way there, but it won't be positional, which might be another fun polishing thing to add on there, is like the sound should come from where the entity is when you hit it.
Hmm. Okay. I don't want to get too caught up in that. If I bet that's not a big undertaking to get that working. You
Yeah.
just have to think about how to route it. Um,
Sure. Well,
okay,
we'll
well,
we'll
let
do that
me,
at the end.
yeah, you're gonna get the clearest audio this way. Yeah,
Uh,
okay. Yeah, polishing details. So let me,
I just want to.
I want to get into building
I know. I just want a giant,
it. So I'll just make a blank canvas.
and then yeah, I don't know if we've got a fun.
Oh,
Where do we want to be drumming?
well, maybe, let me see.
I know these
Maybe
are.
just start in the like this for now, because I want to make I want to hear the music. Or should
Yeah,
I do this one? Is that as a
I like
little
the
more
I like the white.
all white? Okay.
Although maybe that one looks like a 2000s video right here.
All right. Oh yeah, I get the vibe.
Uh,
This is a pretty cool environment, actually. I
all
feel
right.
like you could throw some stuff on these.
Oh yeah,
Like you could, like if it was a rhythm game, like your score could be on here superimposed or something.
yeah. It is a kind of a blank canvas.
Seems like, is there something like can click here? Anyways, let me name it. Xylophone, drum game VR,
Game VR,
live build.
drum sandbox, drum game,
Oh,
whatever.
drum sandbox. I like that. Um, okay. Drum sandbox. And then I think one other thing I want to make sure we pause on this step because we're just kind of gonna sit on this step. And I don't know if we ever even went into the advanced editor for any of these live build sessions.
I think the when we did the bees,
You're right. The bees, not the bees. Yeah, to make those particle effects, we had to go into the advanced editor. So opening up the advanced editor, just put like slash advanced. And this is sort of a internal tool for us that gets you closer to that like ground level. We're going a layer deeper to be able to like work on the structure and do things that aren't exposed in the standard editor. Um, like in this case, we're going to make virtual drum kit. So so what first step? I want to make a pad that we can hit.
yeah, I was thinking that it's funny. I was actually looking at just Googled what because I think a xylophone has like a big ball at the end of it. So it'd be kind of fun to maybe just make that really quick too. So it's not just a stick. It's a stick with a ball at the end of it. There we go. Yeah, we
You're
can make
fully embracing the xylophone over the.
there we go.
This is a percussion sandbox,
Percussion, yeah. Oh,
which
all right. That was
is now I don't. Is a piano for some reason is that a string instrument or is that sometimes considered percussion somehow? Maybe
um
just string.
yeah, it's its own special.
I was thinking it's something unintuitive. Anyways, um, okay, so these are what you're thinking might be fun is the what you have to hit it with.
Yeah.
I've got one of these in my house.
Yeah, yeah. I think might have one that looks just like that. Oh,
This?
yeah, something like that. Yeah, the multicolored. That could be fun to do.
Yeah. Color that can help you. I feel like that would help you with learning as far as like knowing this note is this color. Um,
I'm trying to, I don't, you know, this one maybe looks like it has actually an octave. There should be 13 there. But no, I don't
oh,
think it's,
because you make it from red to red. Or no, there's a red in the middle.
yeah. I don't think, I don't think there's
Oh,
probably,
it fully repeats.
yeah, I know, but I don't think there's any probably, unless these are not, yeah, maybe this red and red are just octaves.
Not really a musician, but would this mean that is this a C? Is this then the equivalent of like a middle C? I
I don't know.
can't read it. It looks like it could be a G. I think that's a
Oh
G.
yeah, they did put the notes on there. So yeah, this is probably one octave and then another octave and then another octave. Actually, if you go back to Tone.js, you should see like wait, hold on, scroll down. You got the D4, F4, C5. Do you see this one?
Yeah.
There's that's how they do the octaves. I don't know if this is like common or just something that they do. So like D4, F4, A4, and then it jumps up to like C5, which would be like higher.
Ah. Okay, well now I want to hear it.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Okay.
You can actually change this, I think.
So G is the last note. There's like people who actually know how to play music just think
Yeah, no, they're gonna be like, so
dear God, why do you think C would be the middle thing?
yeah.
Thought there's a thing as a middle C. I don't know. Um, okay, so now I've lost. I got to make the pad, right? But oh, you were saying this was all a tangent off of we need this like thing with a sphere on the end.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to go full xylophone and make like rectangles that you hit. I think just circles is fine.
I'll make
A rectangle.
cube.
You could probably, if you just
A
want to
cube.
clear this stuff out, you could probably clear that stuff out. Like some of those panels that are there. I don't think we're gonna use them.
This intro container.
Yeah, and the tool. Uh,
I'm just gonna leave that stuff for now. I don't want to mess anything. I got a box. I'll name it drum for now.
descriptive.
And then share, I don't know. Red's fine, I think.
Yeah, red's good.
Uh maybe make it like a little bit more flat, then make it slightly lower so we can see more of the three-dimensional aspect of it. Um maybe move it a little bit closer.
Yeah, we'll probably want that closer.
Might even have to be when I'm looking, if I'm gonna look down in the headset, I don't want to have to reach. Um, because
Yeah,
I think the game plan here is like let's make what one of them would look like, and then we can just clone it a bunch of times.
yeah. I think let's make one, and then yeah, that should, maybe two. We want to make two.
Should it be longer than it is?
Uh,
Like longer, like should it be a rectangle? Should it be a cube?
I say let's make the cube for now because we can play with that if we did want to go the xylophone route and make them like, you know, represent like the longer ones are going to be lower and the shorter ones will be a higher pitch if we wanted to do that.
What am I doing? I think I wanna make it slightly higher. Maybe. Oh, we'll see about this. So, well, so maybe like a early win is just to make it so I can play one.
Yeah, yeah, let's do that. All right, so make a make a drum stick.
Make a drumstick. Okay. So I want to make another cube or something, or
Maybe a cylinder.
I have to
I think it's
make.
under it's the cup. Oh, you're doing a cube. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Do we have cylinder in here?
Maybe it's a cone. Might be a cone
Oh,
with
I think it is a cone with the equal radius on top.
yeah. Um,
Where is it?
where does that thing?
Uh,
There we go. I'll have to make that wood color.
Um, brown. I need to pull up the material for it's not really a convincing brown doing.
Let me change that shader to flat. Yeah, why did
A
that?
little more brown.
Huh.
I'm gonna name it so it's drumstick. Just gonna call it stick. Keep it.
Yeah,
And
here,
then
I'll send you a light
I'm just
brown.
gonna do no, white's gonna be hard to see in here. Black?
I just sent you the through Zoom a light brown.
Okay. I'll try that one. Material, light brown. Okay, yeah, that's
That should be good.
okay. So now I need to make it skinny.
Yeah,
That's looking more like a stick.
maybe even
Might even have to be a little bit. Um,
we 04. Try 04. Got a good feeling about that one.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's good. But we should do the sphere on top.
Okay,
I think that'll add a lot, especially if we're not doing any models.
it's gonna well, this will change everything. Here, let me so if I put this on here, I'm gonna child it, right?
Yep.
Think I'll just give this a refresh.
Yeah, I think the sphere on top. There we
Okay,
go.
too big.
That seems pretty good.
Yeah. Look at this.
Perfect. Now that, look at that reference picture. Bring the reference.
Oh yeah. They laughed at me when I said middle C. Now they're not.
Yeah.
Oh, this look at that.
Yeah.
Come on.
Um,
That is like
it kind of looks like just a
damn.
matchstick.
It could be a matchstick.
All right. Should we throw that in the hand?
Yes, we should. Does it is it good size? Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's, well, I don't know. What do you think? I
You
think
know what?
that's,
We can adjust it on the fly.
yeah. See it in the headset.
Um,
Changed it from sphere to ball.
was it sphere?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it might have been box. I don't remember.
Let's make it okay. Um, okay, so it's in the right hand. Not sure if it's like well positioned. Um,
Should be able to do the
mouse hands.
yeah, yeah.
That's yeah, that's what I was thinking. Then I can always take it out, but let's do that. Okay, so there's the hand.
Uh-oh, where
I
did it
think
go?
I gotta refresh.
Oh,
Give it a old refresh.
huh. Oh, it's oh, you positioned it. It's you got to recenter the position of the stick.
Oh, because I had to put it over there. So okay, local space, world space. Basically, for our viewers, you when I originally put this in the our now I just want to call it a matchstick. After you said that, I can't get that out of my head. When I put that in the scene, I put it in world space. So it was at on the left, you can see this like 2 on the X, 0.5 in the Y, 0. For Z, that's where it was in the grand scheme of the world. And then I reparented it and like it's a child of the right hand now. So it's attached, it's glued to your right hand, but I didn't change the position. So it inherited this world position. Um, and so now this is no longer defining where it is in the world, it's defining it in relation to the hand. And so it's wrong.
Probably yes, recenter it and then maybe just move it up and down would be a
I
good
think it's huge. I think this thing is huge.
uh
Right. What do you think?
no, I think it's big. Try to move it up and down just a little so you could see the world. No, 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 the position, the XYZ. So you could see
Oh,
the
so you can see it moving in like world space.
and yeah, so that moved it really far, I think. Yeah.
Well, I'm moving it in the Z. I think what you'd want to see is maybe it moving in the Y. Oops. So too much.
Yeah, you can see how
Yeah, good idea. This is a good
it's like still
move over.
located on the hand, but moving up and down relate because right, if you move it around, it'll be still attached to the hand.
So it's actually maybe when we shrink it down, it won't be necessarily in the right spot. I mean, I don't want to get us all off track, but there's looking at the giant one. This is giving me some idea that sounds could be affected by the instrument you're using. Could be fun.
Oh, like the size of what you're using.
Yeah, use this giant.
Um,
Okay, so I'll shrink it down a little bit. I like
yeah, it is like a meter high. Maybe that's not perfect, but
so something that still feels like so it's too wide, right? It needs to be. I mean, that stick is looking a little better now.
yeah, maybe
Um,
I'd even try one more lower for the radius.
but shouldn't it be taller, I guess, is what I'm looking for. Like maybe still a little longer
Okay,
and then higher up in your hand.
that looks better.
Like that's how I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
might feel. Well, we'll see. But this is closer to I think what we were after.
Let's get that.
Um,
Do the first one, yeah, because now I'm getting antsy to hit it.
I know.
Uh,
3. Does that look good?
well,
I
you shrink the ball.
okay, then I think it has to go lower. Um, what 0.05?
I think that looks like a good start.
You just really want to hit the drum. Like I do not care anymore.
Well, I want to see it in the headset, and then I think we're gonna have other ideas.
You're right. You're right. Let's. It's not. You can't iterate until you've released something.
Okay. Now we've got our drum. Now we got to hit.
Okay, yeah, we got a drumstick in the hand. I'm saving. But we've got something I can hit this with this. Actually, the mouse hands is gonna let us test this before we get it in the headset, which is pretty
Yeah.
good. I think it's gonna be way more satisfying in the headset, but it looks like I'll be able to at least make contact. Um, so now make it so when you touch it, it does something, right? That's next
Yeah,
step.
I think Yeah, yeah. And
We gotta add some sort of collider.
yep.
What is it? What is it? Which one do you use?
I think it would be the bounding box on the drum.
Bounding box, that's what it's called. Bounding box trigger, not necessarily a collider, because we're not messing with physics right now. We're just doing did
Yeah.
this touch this? Okay.
So yeah, basically this is yeah, maybe you just throw that debug on so you could see.
Okay, sounds good. Boom. Okay, so now we're seeing this like yellow wireframe outline on the box, and that's because that's showing, maybe just to illustrate, if I make the box transparent,
That looks kind of cool.
that would be what we're, if this match head goes inside of this box, where we want it to run some piece of code that's going to play a sound generated by Tone.js.
I think
But
that
yeah, aesthetically, I think this does look cooler.
kind of like that,
I the debug box actually adds something.
yeah. Uh,
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 cool.
and we need another one on the matchstick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
But
I need like, I guess this doesn't have to be dynamic. Should it
uh
just go on the top of it?
yeah, that maybe just on the ball. This might be a good visual too for that. I don't know if let's try the bounding box. I know the dynamic one is I don't know if that's for physics.
What was the dynamic again? Or
Triggerable.
it's like triggerable?
Yeah.
Oh, one of these has to be triggerable, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think make this one triggerable.
Dynamic.
There we go. And then you can delete the other one.
Now I'm not sure if, oh man, that
Right.
looks right though.
That looks right.
We'll know pretty soon.
Um,
Do
uh,
I remove this then?
yeah, I think you can remove that.
Boom, boom. So
Okay.
now we want an event on this one, on the ball or on the drum.
Yeah, just maybe make the action that we can call.
Okay.
Um,
So your order of operations here. Um, like
uh,
click here.
here's the I think it's right there.
Huh.
New action. I don't know, play sound or I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Sure. Play sound.
Okay, and then we could go back to Tone.js. I think they've got just that top one is probably good. Like the very top.
This?
Yeah. It's copy and
I need this whole thing.
need the whole thing. Copy and paste it in there. We'll have to do one update. So right before tone, so in our like action code, all of the libraries we have are underneath utils. So it'll be like capital utils dot tone. Just like right here, right before tone util.
Oh, do
Yeah.
you say utils dot?
Yep. And
That's it?
that should be it. And you can just to check it, there's a play action somewhere over
Oh, I heard a tone.
here. Okay, so now we'll just have to wire it up to the trigger.
Oh, let's do it. So now, uh, probably makes sense to have it on the drum, right?
Yeah, have
Because
it on the
eventually the drum will know what its tone is.
I think so. I think that's the way. So then we could pass because I think eventually after we do the first one, we can probably just programmatically create a bunch of them.
hit start,
Let's start.
action,
Play sound.
play sound. Uh, yeah,
What?
that's fine for now. Looking up that, I feel like it might be worth renaming it just making it less abstract. That
Yeah.
almost sounds like a built-in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like I'd expect some file.
So it's not going to play the sounds right now because it's not launched, right? So I have to
Oh.
publish this.
It's I think it should. Maybe just try to maybe a refresh just to make sure.
I don't think the
Yeah.
events will fire in this. Let me
I'll-
go to, so this should all carry over to the simple editor. Okay, cool. So we could add other steps, create like a whole tutorial on what you're gonna do.
maybe one
Publish, view,
one thing you could
play. Oh no, wait, what? Oh, let me see. Add the surprisingly satisfying. It's because like the head bob
yeah,
is, I'm
we
gonna
could
disable head bobbing.
turn that off. I was gonna say maybe make a link really quick. And
Okay. Oh, because you want to hit it.
yeah, I wanna
Let me I will make the link, but first I want to get rid of the head bob
that's fair.
for now. Okay, and you want a link.
I'm expecting drums or
Drum
no, whatever you want.
sandbox.
I'll type all that out.
How about just DS?
No, I can type it. Drum.
Okay, so you're gonna try it in the headset, see how it feels.
Yeah, I mean, do
I
you
guess
have
I could too. Let me
the streaming set up?
yeah, the only thing that I have not mastered with this streaming that I guess I should have figured out before we started doing this was I don't know for sure if the audio will come through, but we'll see.
Yeah, that'll be kind of important.
Okay, so I want to go to camera, cast, computer, next. Think this will start popping up. Cool. Looks like it's casting.
I see your default is VR, huh? In your Quest 3?
I just didn't want you to see what other tabs I have open on my computer.
Oh, okay. Logic passive.
Yeah, I turned it off for recording. Otherwise, yeah, my default, I love the pass through. Game changer. Really want to try that Apple Vision Pro to see how that compares. Oh, did I make an equals? Am I streaming this? Okay, good. Where is, why did I put a hyphen?
I know. I was gonna say something as I was typing it out, but then I found it.
You're like, I want to see you do have to. So how does it feel?
It's pretty good. It's low.
Oh, that's super low.
Um,
It's by your feet. Fun though. You can't hear it, is it? Can you? It's not
let
coming through my stream.
let me try. I was playing mine. Let me listen to yours.
Oh, it's muted. Oh my God, if that's the problem I had.
Yeah, I got
Oh yeah.
down there.
Okay, that is pretty cool. I'm feeling the progress. So,
Maybe do you want
but I
to
want to do more now.
Do you want to adjust the height a little bit and I can
I
maybe,
will adjust the height for sure. Let's, that's step one.
yeah,
Make
this,
it so want it desk level. Um, yeah, because I think right now, just the default here is that we're feeling like we're on the ground. And so I need to move this drum 0.3. I want to say it's almost going to be like 0.3 in the other direction out there.
yeah.
Yeah, if you refresh, let me know how that feels.
Yeah, could we update the camera to simulate that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels
Yeah,
good.
I think because you just think about the person's height. Well, that seems
Oh yeah, this is fun. It feels like there's gonna be a lot of polishing that could happen that we're not gonna do, but
did that feel right? The height?
the height was good sitting down. It's like right there. If we
Sitting down.
yeah, let me to make sure that my Quest is got the right height too. Because the floor looks a little off. Like my boundary.
Wonder if there's a way I can pick up your stream. I bet there is. That's all right. What what what's your thought on were you thinking like making dynamic like like there is some math to this tones, so is it
Yeah.
automatic procedurally generating this xylophone, or do I manually copy this, make new actions, or um
I think what would be fun is I think it'd be fun to procedurally do it. So then we could kind of play with that. Um
sure.
and I was originally picturing it, yeah, like the xylophone, but maybe just taking like VR into consideration and you're sitting down. I've got a swivel chair. Maybe they're placing it all around you. So you can kind of like
Oh, yeah.
um so yeah, I think to do that, I think like could work out really good where you just get all the notes, you go all the way around, and once you get up back to the end, it starts over. So it's like a circle. So it goes like C to or A to G, and then it starts over. So I can send you the Tone.js notes that I'm talking about, but I think we'll want to make like in the state, we'll want to make I don't know, like drums or pads, whatever we want to call that. Like the
So
sync.
I'm getting the gist that this is like so procedurally generated. We're making maybe like a template that generates the drums.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll have like yeah, this will be the template. Like this will be the drum. And then we'll just generate a bunch of these. And maybe before we do that is we should actually change this so that you could pass it a
Oh yeah.
just a number to so
I'm gonna call this play drum. Does that sound good?
like drum. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. And then we want to make this so this takes a parameter rather than being hard coded to play
Yeah. So
with
here,
C.
so if you open up that action, yeah, scroll
The event handler or the action.
the action. And I'll send you this is like a action definition or a argument definition that'll let the event pass an attribute to the function. So
Okay.
so just paste that. I think it'll be clear once you paste it into the editor and you can see it. What?
No, no, no. I think. Oh, I didn't realize you pasted it. I
Yeah, yeah,
was okay. So you gave me some information here, and I need to paste down here.
yeah, paste it right down there, yeah.
So this is the area where parameters can be put in.
Yep. Okay, so that label is just like what's going to be displayed. Maybe, yeah, maybe actually if you go back to the events, you can see what just happened.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, sure. So our drum entity, right?
yep.
For a second, I thought this keyboard was like what we were working.
Like,
Thinking a different type of keyboard.
did I forget I wrote that?
I
Uh,
I thought maybe you went in and edited it. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, okay.
uh,
Okay, so you did that, and now we have like
this reference name down here.
okay.
So you can change this and that should change over there. So like if you change the label to be like note or something or like drum note or tone note or whatever you want.
Give me two options, a tone note.
Tone
Now
note
this feels like this should be play tone. I'm gonna
like
do play
okay,
tone.
yeah, there you
We kind of abandoned the drum concept a little bit.
go. Oh yeah, we did.
Well, we could always pass in waves. I'm kind of regardless. So you were showing I'll change this to tone note, and I can change this to like tone note in camel case or something like that.
Yeah, it's not totally clear, but one of them should be a label, and then the other one should be a way you could reference it by that key if you wanted to. Um, but yeah, so that
Is
one,
that appropriate? Tone note like that?
that's good.
And
And then
then base input is kind of our internal thing. That means it's going to be a text input where you can write anything. We call that base input because all our other input types inherit from it. Like you can do an options input. So this is, we're kind of doing a small detour. That's kind of cool to show some of the like hidden functionality of the advanced editor that you can extend the editor and make new inputs in there. Um, but
yeah, I think there's
named
even
it tone note, tone note. No, I think this might update if I like click away and come back. Yeah. Okay.
yep. So if you throw C4 in there, we'll just replace so like or maybe do a different note, like I don't know. Not that we're gonna know, I guess. But
I
maybe
didn't know the.
yeah, I was like, do a different note so we'll be able to tell that it's different. And then
I wonder how different. I mean, there's probably way different sounds you can do, right? We probably haven't like fully. And what's this? Is this like that it's an eighth note or something?
yeah, I don't think we will need to use that for like hitting it, but yeah, if you wanted it to like the note to be longer, maybe if you I don't know, maybe if you could check the velocity of the hit and you could make it last longer or like be louder and last longer. That might
Yeah. Well, what the thing that kind of clicked for me, um, is the like pedals on a piano.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and like maybe we could have some switches that adjust if it's, man, I feel like I'm gonna embarrass myself. Is it like a refrain or something? Does that sound right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I need to just look up pedals on a piano. What are they called? There's soft pedal, sustain. Why did I say refrain? Sustain. I was in the ballpark, I think.
Yeah,
But
so that yeah, you hit that and now instead of it just playing eighth notes, it plays whole notes or longer or something. Yeah, we are kind of just scratching the surface of Tone.js because
But yeah, so something this could read from another variable that could send the state by flipping a switch, or like we could even have some sort of peripheral pedals or something. But for now, let's just change the node. It'll play C4, and in here, what I need to put like tone note or
capital, I'll send it through chat. It's
okay.
capital A arguments, and then you get the first index.
Oh, I got it. So arguments zero, basically a array of arguments gets passed in through here, which is this array. So this array gets like whatever's passed in here is in this, and this is the first argument. Tone note gets passed in. Got it. I
Yeah.
makes sense. I don't know if I'm very poorly explaining this to anyone else, but um
I
you
think
would
that,
just reference the order of the
yeah.
index. If you're new to programming, the array starts at zero.
And then I think the this name, this is for eventually to be able to reference it by that tone note rather than by the index. But that support will come soon.
Oh
Right now,
yeah, coming soon. You don't have to write arguments zero. You
you
could write tone note, but for today, or arguments dot, like there'd be a dictionary that you can.
yeah, you could get it by either or. Uh,
Okay, cool. So it's still playing an eighth note, but it's now like for anyone watching here, that we haven't changed anything in how this would work. If we put on the headset, it would still make the same noise when you hit it. But what we did differently was we just added scalability to this, to where now it's procedurally passed in, so we can have this be data driven. And maybe we haven't fully closed the loop here because this is still hard coded here.
yeah.
Where it will unlock it is we're going to do a data binding here where we're pulling from like a set of data.
Well, maybe before that we could show just cloning the drum. Maybe that's worth doing. Clone the drum and then make one C4 and make one E4. And then
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, it does make it significantly more scalable because, like, if you weren't doing it this way, we could have like copied this code and had play C4 tone as one JavaScript snippet and then play, D for as another one. And then, but we're like repeating everything. So this is keeping it dry, I guess.
we got
I
so far.
haven't used those terms in a while. Um,
So
okay, so you said duplicate this for now. We might delete this second drum in a second, but just for demonstration purposes here, we got created another drum. Um, and I'm gonna move it. It's right now they're on top of each other because it inherited the positions. So let me move it over here.
Yep.
Cool. Mouse hands can still touch both of them, and then I need a different color for me. Oh, and then I definitely need to change this. Well, do you have a favorite note? Should we just go up an octave? Should I do like C5? Or
I
can
don't
we
know.
play something with only two notes that's fun? Is there a
I don't know.
have a little lamb or something that, or do we're probably getting close. Maybe you need one more note and we could do something fun.
Yeah, maybe might as
Should
well
I
do
just make another one? Why don't I just make another
another one.
one? I want to be able to play a little bit. We're so close. I want some instant gratification. So let me do -5 here and do material
Okay.
green.
So then you'll do you want E, D, and C. Those are the only three notes. E, D, C.
E.
Or maybe go C, D, E. Sorry. I said them backwards because they happen backwards in Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Wait a minute. Oh, now I'm thinking this is I need to name these. This is drum blue. This is drum green. Um so it should for the most intuitive, it should go in order. It should go
Yeah.
C, D, E, right?
Yeah. So drum green should be C.
C, and
Drum red.
this one should be E.
Yep.
And then our original drum should be uh D. What?
Yep. D as
Huh?
in D as in drum. Yeah, I think you're
Okay,
correct.
that looks right. So
Bubble.
now I want to try this too. Oh, so I need to I'm like in here and out of here at the same time. Reloading. People able to see? I'm not casting anything. Okay, let me make sure I'm casting again.
Hey, this could be
Cast. What's up?
a fun thing could be I should see if we could get you should see if we could get the Mary Had a Little Lambs tabs up on the as just a big panel you could look.
Launch in VR. I did something wrong. Might have to
Oh wait, did I miss a note? B C D E.
are you playing it? I want
Yeah.
to see what you're doing.
What do you mean? Oh, you want to, yeah, if I could
I
cast
want to
it.
hear the
Did you find it?
um I'm pulling it up. I should have not put that hyphen in there. Drum sandbox. Okay, I have it saved. Play.
We'll
Oh,
probably get a second one in there, I think, pretty soon.
is that coming through here? No. Were you able to hear that at all?
No.
Uh, sometimes this casting is a little funny.
Could it be this thing? That's something else, isn't it?
I think I need to actually like restart my headset.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean that we can.
I was gonna say, I think I hear something now, but maybe that's
I'm restarting it. So you were you able to play?
I was able to play, yeah. I think another win really quick would be to clone the stick and throw it in both hands.
It seemed like I didn't disable the head bar or something.
There might be,
False and that I mean that should work.
yeah.
But what were you saying?
I was gonna say you should throw the drumstick in the left hand too.
That would make it more fun.
Yeah, I was like I felt like my left hand was just like sitting there.
Well, you know, as I'm left-handed, so
Oh, so you're like,
us left-handed people have just had to adapt to this right-handed world.
um,
So now you should have a stick in each hand.
oh yeah. I gotta like reposition. I'm just
Oh, I
like,
think I didn't. That's-
yeah, we might want to.
Um, so I liked your idea of having them surround you.
Yeah, should we
Should I rename this? Should we call it just Tone Sandbox or keep it as drums?
maybe
Huh?
xylophone? Xylophone.
Xylophone?
Let's do it. And then we can do the get all the way through Z.
How confident are you in your ability to spell xylophone?
I'm trying to
Tone pad?
tone. Okay, do tone
Calling
tone
it tone pad.
tone VR.
Tone JS feature.
Yeah, tone JS up here. Um,
Should I rename this?
it's
Oh,
gonna-
and I'll remove this.
yeah,
Look at that. Tone Sandbox. This is just, we're gonna think it was called drum.
yeah.
I plan on remixing this anyways. I've already have some ideas where I might take it off the rails a little bit. But okay. So I think maybe let's try to wrap it up a little bit, but the grand finale here is that we're gonna bring it into the state.
Yeah, let's bring all the notes into the state. And
I mean, this works pretty well as it is with just this kind of not necessarily hard coded. The entities are hard coded, but the code is reused by passing in a parameter. That's pretty cool as it is. Like I could definitely just move these to be more surrounding you, and that can be fun. Um, the one thing that's cool about the state or moving it to be data driven and procedural is your original vision of like a piano or like if we wanted to have 100 keys, that's the way I'd want to do it.
yeah, you'd want to probably just be able to, yeah,
List a note and it makes a drum.
it makes a drum, yeah. Um,
Drum factory, tone factory. Now let's see. Now that's more of like a
yeah,
marketing department.
we're probably, I mean, we're probably only gonna have, oh, yeah, maybe 12 drum pads anyways. We could, I think it'll be fun to just start, yeah, let's start in the state and then we could see. I think we can make a template and stuff too. That's the other pro is if you keep creating all the drums separately, then anytime you have to update one, you have to update all of them. If it's
Oh, like if we resize these.
yeah, if we
I have
resize
to resize one at a time, but if we had it driven by the data, we could say we want them skinny, big, whatever.
whatever, yeah, or if you wanted to add something to them, like an idea that might be something you'd want to do is put the note that it's gonna play, and you
Oh,
don't.
that's a good point. My mind went in a different direction. Now you just want like polishing, like I hit it and like confetti pops
Oh
out,
yeah,
a glow effect when you hit it. There's all these like things to make it satisfying, or it wiggles a little bit.
yeah, Wiggles is good. Um, I think I have the notes if you want to create the state entry.
State entry. Okay, so the state, this is where data binding can happen. We have a lot of things that are driven by templates today. And we're using the advanced editor right now to add another thing driven by the state. That's kind of, we've talked about this before, but it's like that's been, maybe you could phrase it better. It's been a little bit of an evolution of JavaScript, that's like the right way to do things.
Yeah, with like yeah, it's I think it's similar to like how did it, yeah, like JavaScript where you could copy and paste, you can make something and copy and paste it all throughout your app, or you can make a component that takes props, and then you could just use that all throughout your app and just kind of use props to change the way that it interacts depending on where it is in the app. And one example that you see that happen a lot is like if you wanted to render just like a list of things, you probably have like a component that is like a list item, and then you have like in Vue, it's like a V4. I forget what it is in Angular, like a NG4, and it loops
Hmm.
through thing and it passes in certain props in each step. Um, so it's kind of exactly like that. Is we'll make the equivalent of a V4 and we'll pass in the props from the
NG4 for Angular JS
yeah,
people.
yeah NG4.
I don't know. There's,
I think
oh,
re
do you know the React one? What's the,
I think React just uses JavaScript. So you would do like
a
array.
form?
Yeah, you would do like a map and then print that out.
Uh, yeah, I was thinking there's something like, you started raw JavaScript days and then there's the jQuery kind of, and then like it feels like there was a lot more state binding going on once you got into some of these frameworks.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't want to, yeah, you could create the entity and add it, but it's kind of nice to work with just the state and update the state and let the scene re-render. That's kind of the
Yeah.
big, it's like the reactive nature.
Well, that's, yeah, I could see like I'm annoying maybe music people that, I'm annoying programmers right now, but this way of doing it feels a little maybe jQuery like,
Yeah.
where you're adding elements rather than they're dynamically bound.
Yeah.
At least, you know what, that was my experience with maybe reading other people's jQuery code. It's a crazy
I,
unstructured field out there.
I just saw that jQuery like 4.0 is getting released. Be- And it's like a big thing because WordPress uses a lot of jQuery.
I mean, jQuery is awesome. I'm not,
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot it down. It's
Yeah.
sometimes it's way better to use that than get some bloated framework.
Yeah.
Now you know what? This is a way to get engagement is fight about JavaScript frameworks and moved around from that.
Uh,
Uh,
here, I'll throw you I'm gonna do some text.
yeah. So you sent me some notes here. C, C sharp, D, D sharp. Okay, here's tones. Okay. So I had opened the state and then I took us on a tangent talking about JavaScript, and now we're actually going to put something in the state. So I'm just going to put it at the top so it's easy to manage. But we want something like this, and then I need to,
Try that Control Shift V, see if that works. Oh, you got it. You're going.
yeah, I should have done that. You taught me that trick. For anyone who doesn't know, if you copy something with formatting, but you want to paste it somewhere and not get that same formatting, you can do Control Shift V instead of Control V. Something I am surprised I just learned recently. That I need a comment here.
Yep. Okay, so this will be one.
Oh,
This will give you one note. This will give you one.
with a color.
Do you want to remove that label to be lowercase L?
No, I want that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. No, just kidding.
Throw-
I'll okay.
Okay.
So I did that. My frequent saving here. I'm gonna go down. Now we need to do like bit of stuff right now, right? Like maybe first step before I just start removing things is just set up these bindings. So event, I want something like state dot tones.
Uh,
Uh, or should we just start making the template? Maybe.
yeah, I think let's just make the template. Like just take that drum. I think you could
Yeah,
just the drum and convert to template.
look at that handy thing.
Yeah. Did you click it?
Convert to template. Now we have a drum template. We don't even call this thing drums anymore, but this
And
template we call it drum.
in order to use it, we'll need to do the same thing like ng4 has to have an element and then it has to have a child that it lists things in. So
So this is the equivalent of the JavaScript component. Now we need the ng repeat that's going to repeat this component a bunch of times.
yep.
I always I like all the JavaScript metaphors, at least for me. Maybe we BR for JavaScript people.
Uh you could do an empty.
Empty, right. And then I want our equivalent is called a template. And this is the ng4. And we just created drum template so that shows up. And we want for each tones.
Yes. You'll have to do brackets because you could throw
Oh, state got tones.
yep, state that tones. You could have thrown in just an array of like 20 drums,
Raw data.
raw data right there. But now you're binding it to the states. We update the state, it'll update this.
We're saying, look in this giant blob of data. There's stuff in here. And this actually makes it more dynamic. The fun thing now, it's funny when you kind of like uh deconstruct what we're doing a bit, it kind of generates more ideas because it's pulling from this dynamic store of data, we could make something where the user can create more drums.
Yeah,
Hey, give me the next octave or something.
right.
Or like they have a keyboard and they can write the key and it makes a new drum. Um, so that's pretty neat because this store of data can be appended to, whereas if we drop raw data in here, that's just what it is. So we're getting fully dynamic. I love it.
So I think then maybe we can name that entity to like drum container or I don't know.
Drum generator, drum. I'll do drum.
Uh, did you maybe delete all the other drums so we just know.
Scared to do that, but I'll trust you.
We've got the template.
Drums. No. Okay, and I'm gonna refresh because I think the colliders don't disappear right away.
But it looked like
It
wait.
looked like one was already generated. I feel like there's like a good meme template.
Uh, so this is just the one. We're not using any of the data that we're passing in yet. So this like if you go to that template, that
Oh,
drum template,
right. So it's still hard coded, but it generated one of these.
yep. So you could change that to well one thing that'd be cool, yeah, make the note and then visually we could see it template dot what was it, tone? I forget.
Template dot tones. Well, tones is the array that's already passed in, right?
Yeah.
So then we have our instance of it. Maybe I should pull it up just so there's clarity. What's passed into this drum knows itself. It was created out of this. That's like what it knows about itself. So when we do this handlebar syntax, another JavaScript thing, we can tap into any of this data by doing template.value, template.color, template.label. So we'll do template.value.
Yep.
Could have been template.tone, but
Yeah, we could yeah, I kind of felt like maybe tone would maybe be and then you should do the color too. It won't well yeah, we'll have to change the color there. Template dot color. Yeah, maybe change it to blue. We'll see.
Okay, and then we don't have a label yet.
Yeah, if we wanted to, that was the idea. If we
Do we
wanted to,
want a label? I mean, that's easy enough, right? Maybe just something simple.
yeah, you can do it.
Change.
Add a child in.
And then maybe just plain text, or we have the 3D text geometry. Should I do that?
Yeah,
Is that
do
more
that
fun?
for fun. Yeah.
So then I'll do template dot label.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. I can change that stuff after the fact.
And then you might need a trigger. Yeah, raise it up. You'll need to trigger a re-render by updating the state.
A re-render.
You could change the color to blue.
That's what I know. You.
Sorry.
No, no. Blue. Okay.
Yeah, maybe just a
I'm
force
gonna
here.
refresh. It's blue. Man, I
Where's
don't know where my text went. I wonder if it's facing some weird way or something. This was something we should have done before we made it a template, I think.
yeah. Yeah, it would be nice. These should be able to just like when you change these, it should, flow out to all the rendered versions.
Maybe I should maybe just try normal text for a second. Where is our text?
Oh, yeah, these aren't gonna you have to these aren't gonna
Oh,
up
trigger the re-render. Well, let's just not
yeah.
let that slow us down. We can do all these polishing details later because what I want my other drums back,
Yeah, you should be able to go
and
back.
we should be able to do that just by adding more, right?
Yep.
Now
Uh
this is where it'd be nice, like we could bring in AI or something.
yeah, just have it start adding more.
But what about the layout of them? Right now they're just going to appear right next to each other.
Yeah, we'll have to add a layout.
Ah,
So if you go to the
so they're overlapping, and you can tell that because this is purple.
I like the transparency. You should be able to go to the drum container and add a layout there.
I don't know. I just brain dumping here. That feels like maybe that felt cool, like purple combining. It's the thing with art. You take your palette, you mix the colors. There's stuff like that. Maybe that could be fun with music, right? Like you can put three tones together, and now all of a sudden you can hit one to play a chord.
Yeah, play a chord. Yeah, that would be cool. I'm wondering if it would just work like that if they're overlapping.
I
I don't know.
think I think you'd get a hit start on each one because it's on the drum and not on the matchstick.
Yeah, no, Tone.js, a lot of stuff where I think you can start like messing around with how things sound. So yeah, you probably could like attach things to these pads that will make the sound different, um, through Tone.js. What were you trying here?
You wanted to do I took us off track because I got excited when I saw the color purple. You were I think my next thing here was like we although there's maybe some fun idea in the future about overlapping tone pads and art palette, we don't want them in the same spot right now. So
So yeah, let's zero out the positions because the layout component will make the positions for the child component.
Okay, zeroed out the positions. It didn't move yet, but we have to trigger the re-render.
And then if you go to drum container, add a layout component to this.
Oh man. We got different layouts. We got your line layout, box layout, circle layout, cube layout.
Oh, cube could
So,
be cool. You got like you're surrounded by. So I was thinking circle. It'll circle around you.
okay.
Uh, and yeah, you'll probably just have to mess around with this value.
Should I throw in a few more?
Yeah, I say go AC to G. Yeah, oh yeah, the notes that I sent you. I can I can
You
get the
can format those,
yeah, I'll format those.
and then I need to control shift V. But basically, it's going to be something like green. This is a good job for AI. I see them starting to generate around me. Oh, one's up there. Yeah, we might have, it might be doing a circle like, I think that's the layout is XY. Maybe I want that, maybe like that. What's this one? Oh, I think maybe XZ. That's what we're looking for. Okay, boom. And then boom.
Let's see. I had ChatGPT generate some random labels. Um, or did I say random labels? I meant random numbers
Oh,
or random colors.
oh boy. That, I don't know how that'll look.
Uh, let's see. All right, I had to get that four in there.
You're adding, yeah, are you sharing this in chat? Or,
I'll send it over right now. I think this looks right. Little L label.
tones. Oh, capital label?
That's all right. Leave it.
Well, we're not even referencing it at the,
Let's
so
see.
here's a moment of truth. Capital or Control Shift V.
Let's see. Did it
Uh,
work?
I
Worked.
think I just need the comma, and this is gonna auto parse. Give it a second. Oh, oh, and it triggered the re-render.
All right.
I think that's what we wanted. Is that this is was your
Let's see.
I think I need to add an animation, but we might have to wrap up soon. We've been going for a while, but this might be worth a revisit because I've got a few ideas I want to explore.
What did you change it to? Stone?
Sorry. Yeah. Uh yeah, why did I even bother doing that? I think it's called Tone Sandbox.
Yeah, no, it just looks like
Or-
tones
oh,
and box, which also describes it pretty well. Tones,
Tones Inbox.
tones and box. All right, let's see.
I'm thinking Tone Factory.
Oh, did you publish?
Let me see. Go back here. I'm pretty sure.
So
Oh, wait.
we've got to bump the container up.
The container's too low. Well, let me do that. I just went back in here. Drum container
Position.
position at like a 0.5 maybe is good. And then
Did you publish it?
that should um publish. It should be oh boy. Publish. I'm gonna try it just in the browser real quick. Oh no, they're hard to reach. Ugh. Maybe I need a tighter grouping. Let me see this. Ah, I hit one.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
For some
Uh,
reason, I was having trouble disabling the head bob, but that's okay. I can figure that out later. I'm going to try it in the headset. Hopefully, the casting works well.
yeah, some labels would be good here.
I thought I. No, it's gonna take me a second. I gotta.
We don't have to do it now, but another thing we could do now that it's like driven by the state is we did a circular render. We could render it as a line too, as a separate
Mm,
option.
and make we can make more lines.
We can make as many xylophones as we want.
I liked the cube idea, sounded pretty cool. Um, I'm like, just really want to try it in the headset. I haven't tried it since we added the second stick.
Yeah, you should maybe get a spot where you could spin around and do a full circle.
Computer next. Let's see. Hopefully this will cast. I renamed it. Tones. Ugh, I wrote tones. It's not tones, it's just tone.
It's tones.
Okay, you can see my screen. I can turn up volume. Let's see. My
This is weird.
Yeah, I've had that something weird where it a new update with the like browser or something. Press play first and refresh it. I feel like I'm always having trouble with the headset. You're not, yeah, experiencing these same problems.
I'll get rid of my little red line on it.
Taking a while to load. Drum sandbox. It's not drum sandbox anymore. You can definitely hear the typing.
I can hear that. Sandbox.
Oh, I was launching in VR like manually. I forgot you can
I
just press the play button.
can't hear it. Is it going?
You can't hear it?
No.
Oh, missing out. It's pretty fun. I'm playing a symphony. Oh.
Enough tones.
I'm having too much fun even though you can't hear it. I gotta figure out what's the issue with sometimes streaming the sounds comes through, sometimes it doesn't.
You did check the mute. It's not muted on your laptop.
Can't hear that?
Oh, it'd be a fun one to do. A little Easter egg would be if you knock your sticks together,
Oh,
get
I
a
like
little
where your head's at.
get a little click.
Still nothing, huh?
No.
That would be a good.
Can you just crank your headset volume up?
No, I think it's that like Zoom is just like, oh, people don't want to hear that. That it hmm, what could I do to fix it? I guess I can. So you used to be able to like, let me try quit, and then launch in VR again.
I can hear something, but I think that's coming from your headset. I don't know.
Well, what I can do is because this is a pretty satisfying conclusion to all this is I can just take a recording from in the headset later. Because you really do need to hear the sounds to
Um,
well, I'll yeah, I will figure that out. But we can kind of wrap up here, maybe just in conclusion, we've made this tone sandbox. You can go to scenario transfer.com/tone sandbox. You'll be able to try this on any VR headset, and then you can just press the remix button to launch it. I was noticing I never left mouse hands on and it seemed to work fine in the headset. I don't know. I thought that sometimes causes complications, but maybe it's
might check if you're make sure you have a mouse.
yeah, that's good. So, anyways, if you go to scenario.transthought.com/tone sandbox, you can press this remix button and get the editable version of this scenario, or just test it out on the headset. But if you have the editable version, you can continue to build on it and make um, change the tones, add different sound effects that play on the tones, make it entirely different. Um, I am kind of personally interested in revisiting this maybe over another live build and off this base framework that we just made in like an hour, what could we do next? Um, you had a couple ideas. Uh, you were saying in the line, um, I think having them move, we could do a lot of those polishing details where they're labeled. Um, we could, I was kind of hitting just random ones. It would be cool to have it show you how to make something that sounds good.
Yeah, that would be cool. The Guitar Hero where the notes are flying at you and if you hit them in the right spot, it's gonna sound right, so you're just kind of like hitting them as they come.
You could even use kind of want to remix it now just to like I could create new steps in here and have you like, hey, want to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, first hit this one and have that walk through that someone could make.
Yeah.
Um, like could have something like this will teach you how to play Mary Had a Little Lamb on this made up virtual xylophone that we invented. I don't know. You could make it more of a real instrument if you wanted it to be training. But I guess the cool thing is we could make instruments that wouldn't exist in real life or would be prohibitively expensive to create this crazy contraption. Um,
I think the recording sounds cool if it's just the layers like we were talking about at the beginning.
oh, bringing it back. Yeah, do want to jot that down. So, uh, ideas for future improvements. I think we just capture that, what you just said, recording to create multiple layers. I really like that idea because that feels like we could make something. You could make a music that's like starts to feel substantial, that it isn't just playing a xylophone, but it's like first we do the xylophone, then we switch what the sound is, and now we're doing drums, and then we add like a bass layer, and that would be really cool.
We could do we could uh we could make the actual drums, instead of just the xylophone tones, where it plays a WAV file. Throw in models. I think like we're talking, this was all just primitives. Um,
And then you said playing with different, right now we had it kind of surround us. We could have a line, we could have 3 rows of pads right in front of us.
um, yeah, there's
I
a
was writing here that we could have dynamically added new tone pads. We talked about like having like a sustain pedal or like switch that you can toggle to make this linger longer. Um, and then I feel like there's lots of polishing effects we could add, like I should call them polishing details, the labels that we're playing with adding. We could add the particle effects, so they splashes with color. Kind of like picture like Blue Man Group with the playing the drums and like paint is flying up. Like that would make it more of an experience that's visual and not just auditory.
um shoot, I had oh, I was gonna say, yeah, it doesn't have to be a music necessarily. For some reason, the circle made me think of like those memory games where you've got to like tap them all in a
Oh, that's a completely, I was locked into music mode and those memory games. This actually does feel a lot like a life-sized, is that like Simon Says is the name of those or
no.
Simon? I know what you're talking about, like do 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 do, and then
Yeah, it does
you
like
gotta do it. Then it
adds
gets
one even.
longer.
Yeah.
That's
Mm.
fun. There's some other just games to riff off of that too, where there's like it's going in a circle and you gotta stop it and then it goes around in the other way and um, okay, well, I think we can muse on ideas for a while, but they're like not I want to write down, not necessarily music. Always good to like try to not get too locked into the current function. There's other ways we could do this, not necessarily a music game, possibly a memory game. So yeah, this is public. You can remix it. You can try it on any headset. Um, I think this might be one worth revisiting and trying to explore some of these future ideas. Is there anything else you want to say, Keenan, before we close out this live build?
No, I haven't thought about it, but I'm gonna try it on my phone. It might be pretty, might work.
I didn't even think, yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
On an iPad, I might try it with my kids.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for joining me for this live build. Great suggestion for a live build, Keenan. This might be our longest live build, maybe outside of your ChatGPT integration live build.
Oh no.
Well then, all right. So I'm kind of stalling because I'm
Because you
I'll
can't find the end
end
button.
stream. Okay. And now I will press end stream. Bye everyone. Thanks for joining.